The devastating fires in Los Angeles County have prompted questions about funding and support here in our state. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Preston Phillips.
And I'm Mary Num. Governor Bob Ferguson has called for broad cuts in the budget, but agency and elected leaders suggest fire mitigation resources should be preserved, calling it an issue of public safety. KOMO senior reporter Chris Daniels spoke with lawmakers in Olympia today. He's live with the latest. Chris?
Mary, Ferguson has not made any specific agency cuts, but lawmakers on both sides of the aisle say this is one issue that should not be touched.
I got to tell you, Chris, there's something inherently wrong with burning up our natural resources.
Republican Representative Tom Dent
I have attacked fires, and I get it. I know how it works.
Believes in the need to curb spending, but not on wildfire mitigation.
It would be disastrous. I mean, we need that money.
The Moses Lake rancher is like a lot of lawmakers, bracing for a tough budget vote.
6% across the board.
After Governor Bob Ferguson called for widespread cuts to state services.
He also said that he was exempting public safety related issues, and this is clearly a public safety issue.
The Department of Natural Resources argues funding should be maintained on fire suppression and mitigation, especially in light of the tragedy in Los Angeles and the fact that Washington's wildfire season was dwarfed last year compared to neighboring Oregon.
Communities in eastern Washington where they are losing their own insurance because of the wildfire risk. And I think that this just puts a bullseye on the need for a good insurance solution surrounding this.
Gavin Newsom right now is being, raked over the coals for cutting it 2.5%. So if we're talking about a 6% cut across the board, this is one of the worst places to cut.
State Senator Sharon Shoemake, a Bellingham Democrat, agrees.
We're seeing more fires on the west side now that as climate is changing, as conditions are changing.
Wildfire is expensive.
Dent says the state has made progress and has more than tripled air firefighting support in recent years.
If you don't have the fuel, you're not going to have a fire.
And progress should not be limited, even if spending may be. Now, on the way out the door, Jay Inslee did propose in his budget to the legislature that there would be a $50 million increase for fire suppression. That is according to the State Office of Financial Management. But Ferguson has not set a deadline on any of this and says as far as the agency is concerned, quoting now, they need to prioritize maintaining services that directly assist Washingtonians and maximize federal funding and to focus reductions on the administration's and overhead to the greatest extent possible. That's the story for now. Live in Seattle, I'm Chris Daniels, KOMO News.